Daytime with Aston Avery. Stephen Smith's with me. And are we ready for trouble? Because someone who knows about love and weddings and is not shy to say how it is. Our very own agony aunt Heidi Gammon joins us. So hello, Heidi.
Good morning. Good morning,
Hi,
Stephen. Good
how are
morning,
you?
Aston.
You know, it's
I'm
great
well,
today. It's
thank
been really
you.
good fun. We're talking spring cleaning. We're talking weddings, and I know you know a thing or two about weddings. Oh, sorry. So,
I
I know you
do.
know a thing or two about weddings. You've had your own wedding. What was that like? Your wedding?
It was really lovely actually. It was very small and quiet, and we did it at that awful time in between Christmas and New Year, which is quite nice because there's not much going on. So it was actually a really nice time of year to do it. And we got married in the Cotswolds, which of course is very beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
So yeah,
Listen. Do you like a wedding?
I love a wedding. Yeah, I'm a big wedding girl. I do love a wedding, but no one gets married anymore. Hardly anyone gets married anymore.
Oh,
I
surely
remember,
do. I mean,
I think they
God,
do, but I think as a child, you were always going to weddings, and I think they're just so expensive now that people don't get married as much, or I don't know. I remember going to lots as a child, but not so many as an adult, really.
I think you're also invited to lots as a child because you're a flower bearer, or I was a page boy a couple of times, and things like that. So I think you're invited to a lot. I mean, I think a lot of people are not getting married in this day and age. It's so uncertain, everything, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah,
It's a bit of a terrifying time, really.
yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
Can be
but what do you
terrifying as
think
well.
makes a good one? What makes a good wedding?
I think keeping it simple. I think you don't have to spend a fortune. I think there's lots of shortcuts you can do. For example, no florist in the world was working in between Christmas and New Year when I got married. I did my own bouquets. I did the tables. I put lovely orchids on the tables. Um, I did, yeah, the little bridesmaids posies and my bouquet I did myself. I just got the flowers from Marks, put them together and put a ribbon around them. It wasn't rocket
Nice,
science. I think you can do it with a small budget. You don't have to spend millions. Although
brilliant.
unfortunately, as soon as you say it's a wedding, the venues do put their
Oh,
prices up.
it's like anything always goes up and never goes down, does it?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But no, I think keeping it simple is the key.
But as ever, Heidi, we do have a question from a listener.
Yeah.
She's Donna in Southend, who's listening online. She's asked, "Dearest Heidi, she loves the show. They can have a whole show dedicated to you, but my God, her problem is last year they got married to their fiance, who is beautiful today and super sweet, but they have gone from hero to zero in the bedroom. Honestly, having used all the feminine charms." It's been 3 months since they've made love, and he says he's tired with work but still loves her. What can she do here, Heidi?
Oh,
Oh gosh. Hi Donna. Thanks for contacting us. I'm sorry to hear that you're going through this tough time, and what a disappointment after the wedding and everything. And I wonder whether I've been thinking about this. I wonder whether it's something going on with him. Maybe there's something else going on with him. Maybe he's having erection problems. Maybe he is depressed. Maybe he's worried about money. I don't know. It feels like there's a bit more to this. And I would say communication, as always, is the key.
yeah.
You know, um, don't go in with I want this and I'm not getting this and I'm not happy. I wonder what's going on with you. Lots of, I wonder what's happening. Let's talk about this. I'm getting a little bit frustrated. Not your fault. What's going on? Lots of that. I'm quite sure he hasn't gone off you. I'm quite sure that there's a bit more to it then. So
Yeah, I
I would
think so.
find out a bit more information.
And it's really interesting, Heidi. He says he's tired with work, got a lot of work on, but still loves her. I think you're right. There's something else going on there. And I think
Mm.
you're right. It's a case of, I think you can't really force people to talk about a subject, especially something like this, because it can be difficult. But I think either she went for some counseling together, couples counseling, uh, and,
Absolutely.
and opened up about it, or if she foresees the issue, it can make it worse, I feel. And if there is something going on, men do suffer from erection problems. Sometimes, as you say, depression can cause problems for men. But again, I don't think he's fallen out of love with her. It could just be that he has issues at the moment. And as couples, you have to accept the good and the bad, don't you?
Absolutely. I just definitely feel there's more to it. She has to step carefully, there's no doubt. And
Yeah.
I do think the counselling, Steve's a great idea. And, you know, people always think couples counselling is for when you're splitting up, but actually, there's no harm in having a tune up every now and again if you come across
Yeah.
bumps in the road and you need someone to kind of navigate that with you.
Yeah.
And just touching on, I know we touched on erectile dysfunction. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a psychosexual therapist myself, but there is wonderful psychosexual therapists out there that if you are having a problem psychologically with not getting erections, that they can help you with that. But of course, there's also medication that helps with that as well.
Also, Donna doesn't say how old her husband is. Many men at a certain age, their testosterone levels can go down. You know, the estrogen levels can boost sometimes in men. Sometimes a visit to the doctor just to find out what your levels are a good idea in a man, because it can make a big difference, and it's not uncommon, you know. Not, and I think so much pressure is put on men to be studs all their lives, but you know, sometimes it a bit like a car, it needs a bit of oil put in occasionally.
Absolutely, and you know, let's not forget that, you know, in a lot of marriages, you know, the man will quite often, and I'm not being sexist here, but will quite often have a tough job, you know, a quite high powered job, you know, that it's the pressures on them to bring home the bacon, and that can really put a lot of pressure on, and really, you know, if they're having trouble at work, that can really affect home.
Yeah, it could also it's really, I mean, and women too have problems sexually. So it's something you need to work on as a couple, I think.
Yeah, for
When
sure,
that happens,
sure.
and be honest about it. But listen, here's another question that's come in, and sadly it's anonymous, and my heart goes out. You won't believe this, Heidi. Heidi, I'm gay. I'm from a Pakistani family. My mother has arranged a marriage for me. My mum says she will just die if I don't marry this man. It'll bring shame on the family. Really, Heidi, I've fallen in love with my friend. I want to move in with her. It'll bring such shame to the family. I don't know what to do. And say that's anonymous. It's so tragic.
Oh my gosh. Well, I really feel for you. What a difficult situation you're in. And I mean, so difficult when you've actually found someone that you're in love with and you want to move forward, and then you've got this to deal with for you. I mean, what an absolute nightmare. I mean, I think first things first, you've got to keep yourself safe in this situation.
Yeah.
My thoughts with this are, it's going to be really tough, but I think you're going to have to be honest at some point, because you don't want to hurt this guy who you're supposed to marry and hurt his family, but also if you marry him, you're going to hurt yourself, and long term that's going to be really damaging. You know, there's going to be a lot of hurt all over if this ends down the line. So in my view, it's probably best not to start it, even though you know that you're going to let your family down, your mum down. I understand that. That's going to be very difficult, but I feel it would be worse if you married this guy and then 6 months down the line had to get out of it. You know, it's going to be very difficult. Even if you tell her that you can't marry this man, but don't come out straight after it, even if you wait a little while. And even if when you do tell her that you can't marry this man, keep yourself safe, maybe stay with a friend afterwards to give you both time and space to kind of process it. I mean, what do you think, Stephen? I think,
well, it's really interesting you hit on the point that really worries me here is safety. Now, I think, in my opinion, is it's obvious that we're not talking with someone that's not sure about the sexuality here.
yeah,
I think she needs to move out of home as quickly as possible. And she needs to move somewhere away from, because clearly the mother's thinking about one thing and one thing only, herself. And secondly, she's thinking about the family reputation. There's not one thought here for the girl. So I would move as far away as you can from the family, then let them know when they can't get hold of you, and then see how it goes from there. Maybe meet in a neutral ground to discuss it if you want to, or maybe just give it some time. But safety is the number one thing here. As I say, the mother's thinking about solely herself.
Yeah.
Here, and as she just said, it will bring shame on the family if she doesn't. You know, can you imagine me saying to you, "You have to do this, Heidi, or it'll bring shame on me."
I wouldn't do it.
So move away for where they can't find you for a bit.
Yeah.
Just for safety, just in case. We have had lots of stories of family shame, and so I definitely feel as this is something important. Then, you know, if at some point meet in a mutual ground where you feel safe, and discuss it, but you need to move out there and let your mother know that's not happening.
Absolutely. Safety is the key with this one, I think.
Yeah, really tragic. So tragic. I really feel for her. I want to give her a hug.
Yeah.
Now, got a question here from Chloe in Basildon there, but I have to say Heidi as well on that. So Heidi, her mother and herself relationship is strained. It has been for years, and in part it's due to her anxiety, and she refuses to believe exists. Now, she has, however, self-diagnosed herself, and with every life-threatening illness under the haven, there is not one social occasion that she has not turned into something about herself or caused the drama. Now, her partner and herself are getting married. Her brother is coming from Australia with his daughter, and he says, invite mum. He will have a word and make sure she behaves. But as she does not think she has a problem and is the eternal victim in all this, what can she do here, Heidi?
I think it's really hard, Chloe. I think that the generation of your mum, they don't recognize that they have anxiety, and quite often that anxiety can come out and being quite nasty, quite sharp, you know, and it's very difficult. If you can try and hold a mirror up to her and just say, you know, when she's doing it, just say, Mum, I wonder if you're feeling anxious, because, you know, I can really feel the anxiety coming off you, or, you know, start maybe reflecting what she's doing might help, but also try and get her to the GP, try and get her to a counsellor. Unfortunately, that age group are not great at it, but if you can, it would really help her. And again, you know, non-challenging chats, you know, lots of you know, I wonder, lots of it feels like, lots of, you know, when you do that, Mum, it makes me feel a bit upset when you're a bit sharp with me, and I wonder if it's because you're a bit anxious, you know, lots of those sort of conversations, rather than you've got anxiety, you need to go to the GP, you need to see a counsellor, you know.
Yeah.
Lots of I wonder, I feel, I need, I would love, you know, lots of I statements there, I think might help.
Yeah, and I also think here, I mean, you'll probably disagree with me on this, but Chloe, this is your big day. You know, you don't want to be sitting there thinking, oh God, is she going to have a carry on? Or is she going to point something out that's negative? Or is she going to? It's about you.
Yeah.
And I think there comes a time when you realize that you can't shove a square peg in a round hole. And there's a very good chance that she'll turn up at the event and make it something about herself, even if it's unintentional. Sometimes it just happens with these people. I've met them that no matter where they go, they turn something into a drama, or it's about them. And not about you. And I just think this word narcissism bums around all the time. I just think there's some people that generally have in them this thing that wherever they go, somehow or other, you know, sometimes it could go well, but other times something will happen that suddenly it becomes, they won't think, oh, that's my friend's wedding. I better cut back on that and not say to that woman that's just been rude to me, oi. You know, they just don't think about it. They think about themselves. So
well, and I think weddings bring up an awful lot of emotions. You know, I know myself at my wedding there was, you know, a lot of emotions going on with a lot of people, and you know,
That's all
you end up having to deal with their stuff as well as your nerves and your
but
excitement on the
Heidi,
day.
it's supposed to be about your emotions on the day,
I
not
know,
about
I
them.
know,
And I'm bored
I
to
know.
death of this. So I would say, Chloe, I would say to your brother, hey, I'd love you to come over. I'm really excited, but there's just no way she's coming. I would love, in a perfect world, to have her there, but it's not going to be possible because it will turn into something about her. And I've learned this. I mean, she's obviously has given it a lot of thought, and there's no harm. Maybe mother could reach out to you and say, "I would love to come. I promise I will behave."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wonder what is triggering for the mum. Maybe it's triggering, the wedding's triggering something for the mum.
A lot of that generation, I think, have anxiety and don't realise it.
Yeah, I agree, Steve. I agree.
And it's the simplest thing because there's nothing triggering them whatsoever, Heidi.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it might just be that or maybe she feels like she hasn't got a big enough role on the day, so you could always say to her, look, mum, I know there's going to be a lot of emotions around. What can you do on the day that's going to help you feel calmer? Is there something I've forgotten? Is there something you want to help me with? Like, try and include her in giving her a job. Sometimes people have less anxiety if they've got a job. Maybe she can look after the bridesmaids or something, keep them away. The bridesmaids can keep her away from you. I don't know, but there's something. Maybe include her if you can. Giving her a job. Maybe I'm being kind. I don't know.
I'm going for Chloe. Don't invite her.
Well,
I think that's going to be difficult, Chloe, but up to you. Good luck, though, my love. Good luck with it all, I think, is what I want to say.
So, quickly, and last question we've got here there, Heidi. It's from Paul, who's listening online, and they say, Heidi, the girlfriend, their bestie, has asked her to be their bridesmaid, but boy, do they hate the dress, and they look like an exploded poppy. It is vile, and they say,
oh, no.
"Are you out of your mind?" And now she feels bad. Shall she apologise and just wear the dress itself there?
What a difficult situation. I mean, I would apologize. I would just say I'm really sorry that I said that. But I would also offer an alternative. So maybe say, look, can I pay for my own dress? I'll find my own dress, or I've got a lovely dress at home that I can wear. Would this be okay? See what she says. If she says no, she's set on you wearing that one, say, could someone alter it so it's a little bit more flattering on me or something? It's very difficult because I think as a bride you get very set on it's got to look like this and I want it like this, and actually it doesn't have to be. There can be some adjustments, but I think sometimes as a bride you worry so much about the wedding that you forget actually that the bit that you need to get excited about is the marriage afterwards, not the wedding. But I think, sometimes that sort of, the white wedding thing's been in us for such a long time that we get obsessed with it. So it's a difficult one, Paula. I feel for you.
I know. I mean, also, again, it's the bride's big day, not her big day.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know how many. She doesn't say how many bridesmaids there are. Are they all wearing this vile poppy red dress? Are they? What are they doing? I mean, the thing is, if it's your best friend, just put the bloody thing on and get down the aisle. It's one day.
Well, she can always change for the reception, right? You can always maybe change for the reception.
I'm quite sure she hasn't gone out of way to make Paula look awful. It could just maybe it could be an acquired taste as well, isn't it? But it is about the bride, not about the bridesmaids.
It is about the bride, but I do think when you're an adult bridesmaid, it's very difficult to find dresses that all match and look great on every size.
Yeah.
And maybe if she's in, say, the same dress as a child bridesmaid, she needs to say, look, this is a childlike design. I need something a little bit more adult. I don't know. There's ways around it, but I think sometimes it's overwhelming as well, the amount that you have to do for a wedding, and maybe the bride was struggling to find an option. So maybe if she comes up with a different option, it might, in the same color, it might help.
I think also the sounds of it, she's put it on, had a fit, we've all done. We've had to wear something we don't want to wear, and then maybe said what she thought, which is quite good as well. Maybe she should go back, sit down with her, say, look,
Yeah.
I'll wear it if you want, darling. Anything for you. And then she might then reach out and say, well, look, let's try and work together. But I think I think she's exploded as well as the dress.
But I mean, she's been honest, you know, she's been honest, which is never a bad thing. You know,
Yeah.
honesty is always a good thing. So, you know, she's been honest. And like you said, if she goes back, has a coffee with her, you know, has a chat and just says, look, I'm sorry, I overreacted. Is there any way we can change this? Is there any way? Can I find you an alternative? I've got a great dress in my wardrobe I can wear. You know, you don't have to pay for it, you know, but I just would rather wear this or something. But I would go back with not only a sorry, but also an alternative.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it's been great having you on. So I'm still laughing.
And Stephen, I do love it when we butt heads sometimes. It's very funny.
No, I'm laughing. No, I'm still laughing at the idea of the mother organising the bridesmaid, which is because anxiety. It's going to be an explosion along with the dress the other one's wearing.
But
Listen, thank you so much.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's lovely
before
to see
you go,
both.
Heidi, how can the listeners find out more?
Yes, of course. I am Heidi, Heidi. My email, Heidi at counselling _4u.co.uk, and my website is www.counselling_4u.co.uk. Thanks so much.
As always,
We'll see you on
great to have you on.
Maybe we've got a vegan month, so we'll see you in June if you could come on then and give us a hand with Summer of Love again.
Absolutely. Try keeping me away. Lovely to see you. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.